Hey everyone, I'm Mind, and welcome to the 21st episode of the Woo Crew Podcast. I'm here, as always, with my co-host, Matthew, and we're here to talk about all things LEGO. LEGO news. Bricks by Mind, that's me.
I'm the co-host.
You are the co-host. How are you doing today, Matthew?
I'm doing well, thank you,
On
Sean.
this
How are you
fine
today?
Sunday night when we're recording, and then it goes up 3 days
No,
later on a Wednesday.
Wednesday.
It's Wednesday, everybody. It's Sensei Woo Wednesday.
Sensei Woo Wednesday. Leave a like and click that button down
Leave a
below.
like, click that bell, or else we're gonna get you. Uh,
That's in honor of Sensei Woo. So this is potentially a big week because in terms of when it is in the year, this is the time last year that we got pictures of sets, but this is being filmed in before the week, so we can't see them yet. Um,
oh, really? So that's supposed to be this week, you think?
this is the week that it was last year, and I mean,
Oh, okay.
there's December 1st Minecraft sets that have not been officially revealed yet that
Hmm.
we need to see official pictures of, and it's about time. Uh,
That's very exciting.
so potentially we might, if there's a lot that comes out this week, we've not discussed this, but it might not be a bad idea for us to release the podcast a few days early for 22.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, next. Okay, I'm down for that. If set pictures do come out this week, then episode 22 will come out on Monday rather than Wednesday.
Yeah, and episode.
However, if there is no set pictures by next Sunday when we record next, it'll just come out Wednesday like normal. So
Yep, and that might be a super mega episode where we
yeah,
talk
so
about everything.
every Lego set ever made.
Yep, we're gonna start back in the early 1900s and go all the way to the late 20th century.
Hey everyone, I'm Mind, and welcome to my review of Lego Wooden Duck.
That's my favorite Lego set, man.
This is a Lego Classic set that contains one pieces, and
It also comes with a string.
yeah.
The duck part goes quack quack, and it's pretty.
Does it? I'm pretty sure it just rolls.
It just rolls.
Don't call yourself a real Lego fan if you don't have the wooden duck.
Yeah, if it's not an original wooden duck, you're not even a real fan.
True. Speaking of Lego news, though, there was some actual Lego news this week.
And
In
it's
fact, you
pretty
could say it's big Lego news.
That's a reference to the fact that it is the largest Lego set ever made.
Biggest Lego set ever confirmed? Largest Lego set of all time?
I don't know about you, but it feels like every couple of years they come out with the biggest Lego set of all time. Like,
Yeah, I think they're trying to one up them. Like, I think this is going to be a trend now. Like,
yeah,
for a long, because it was the Taj Mahal for the longest time, and
yeah.
then they came out with the UCS Falcon, and then
And then
no, they re-released the Taj Mahal, right? And then it was the UCS Falcon.
no, Taj Mahal came out I think after the same year as the Falcon. I
Okay.
think they were both 2017. I think Falcon was like May the 4th or September, and Taj Mahal was November, I think.
Yeah. Because while the Coliseum is cool that it's the biggest of all time, like, it does not feel as impactful as the UCS Falcon did because, like, the Falcon was dethroning a set that had the throne for, like, a decade,
Yeah.
while this one's dethroning a set that had the throne for maybe, what, 3 years? 2
two,
years?
two, 2 years, like
Yeah.
2.5 years or something. And also, I feel like they only made this to say, "Hey, look, we made another really big one."
Yeah. I mean, I like the set. It's not for me at all, but
Did
it's
you
cool.
see what I sent you? How they're in the instructions you have to build 120 or something.
Yeah, I would. That's painful.
Let me
That
see if
sounds so
I
painful.
think Stud Economy has the set, and they had a review of it. And yeah, here it is. You got to build 200 of that.
Oh, that is just painful. Like, I mean, it makes sense for the build. Like, that is a very repetitive build,
Yeah,
but
but
I
just
could.
that alone makes me not want it at all.
No, I do not want that set.
Like,
But
it-
I think the fact that a set of that scale exists is cool to me.
yeah,
However,
but it's
I am so far from the target audience there.
yeah. What is the target audience? Like history people?
I just think like older collectors who want
Okay.
like cool display pieces.
Yeah, I mean it's a
Same people
very
who are buying the typewriter. Like,
yeah. It's a very cool display piece. I'm not much of a Rome person. I like history a lot, but I'm way more into medieval. So Rome is not that big of an interest to me. And I also don't think it looks perfect. I don't know.
Uh,
It's
I think
cool, but it's just not for me.
yeah, that's. I mean, I only really care about minifigure scale stuff, and this is
Yeah,
very much not minifigure scale.
I don't
So
exclusively care about only minifigure scale stuff, but I prefer minifigure scale stuff. I like minifigures. I mean, if it was really, really something, if it was something I'm super into, like if they made a UCS not minifigure scale, like Eye of Sauron or something like that, I would buy it. But
yeah, I mean, you have like the Hogwarts Castle, the non minifigure scale one of that.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so
I I don't love that set though.
really,
Um,
I thought you really liked it.
I like it, but I also have the minifigure scale one, and I like the minifigure scale one so much more.
Yeah, I guess when it came out, like you only had the one building, but now that you have multiple
Mm.
buildings of the minifigure scale one, then it
Yeah, granted, I've also very much expanded my minifigure scale one, but
yeah
I just think the minifigure scale one is more visually impactful and also just like more useful.
yeah yeah.
I like things that go with minifigures. I'm trying to think if I have any other like non-minifigure scale builds. I don't have any Star Wars UCS sets. Um,
Those are the opposite thing though, where they're bigger than minifigure scale, right?
yeah, those most of them, not all of them. Like
The
the
Falcon is minifigure scale, right?
yes, but it so the Falcon is weird. It's minifigure scale, but it doesn't. It's not like optimized for minifigures.
Yeah.
Like it's the right size, but there's not much to do with figures inside of it.
Really? It doesn't have an interior?
It has like two small rooms, the cockpit, and you can put one figure in the gunner turret, and that's it.
That's actually really disappointing to hear. I mean, I never really looked too deep into that set
I,
'cause I just saw, oh, it's $800. I'm not getting it. But I always
I
assumed it was like the smaller Falcon, but bigger.
no, the smaller Falcon has like 4 times as much interior space, man.
That's actually really sad to hear. That makes me really
Yeah,
upset.
I am in the minority of thinking the smaller Falcons are always better than the bigger one, especially the 2019 Falcon is the best Millennium Falcon, big or small, Lego has ever released.
The 29. Do you have it?
What?
Do you have it?
No, but I modified mine so it's exactly the same.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I like I'm looking at box art and reviews and going off of how I rebuilt mine. It is an incredible set. Like it looks good. There's no gaps really, and it has an interior, and I care about interior more than anything else on a ship.
You
Um,
know, I just realized now that we're not getting new Star Wars movies, are we still going to get a Falcon every 2 years?
Probably. I mean, that's a recent thing. Like
What?
that, they only started making a Falcon every 2 years in 2015. Like
Right,
2015,
but if they did three Fal, I mean, but we got one in 2012 as well. Like it wasn't.
No, I thought that was 2011.
Let
I'm
me look
pretty
that
sure.
up. I'm
I mean,
pretty sure I got mine in 2012, but
yeah, no, but I think the set came out in 2011.
Millennium. Let's see. Oh yeah, 2011. You're right.
So there was a 4 year period there, but I think
It's just the thing of like that. It was that the 2011 Millennium Falcon. They kept the same design for the rest. That's what really gets me.
that's not the 2011. That's the 2003 design.
What?
It they used the same design on the 2003 or 4 Falcon as they did the 2011 and the 2015 and the 2017.
Really?
Yeah, like it's been the same design up until 2019.
Huh.
And those ones I don't think are as good as the 2019 one. The 2019 one is the best. Um, I won't probably ever buy another Falcon because my guess is 2022-23 we'll see episode 4, episode 5, episode 6 Falcon with original trilogy figures.
Oh wow, yeah, you're right. The 2004 Falcon uses the same design. That's
Yeah,
so
like
wacky.
it's really weird. It
No, there is like obviously some key differences here because it is like there was only like 3 Lego parts that existed
yeah,
back then.
yeah.
But the past what 4 have been nearly identical.
Hmm.
Um, so it's I don't know. Oh wow, yeah, the 2019 one is good.
Yeah, no, it like I think it honestly looks in terms of price for $160, it's better than the UCS. Of course, the UCS one is more detailed, but the 2019 one, it captures the look of the Falcon almost perfectly, and it's affordable and it's fully minifigure compatible.
Yeah.
So I like that one the most.
Yeah, I probably will not ever get another Millennium Falcon unless they do something wacky or where I become uber rich and I can afford the UCS one because
It wasn't for me. Getting the 2019 one wasn't a factor of not having the money for it. It was a factor of I don't want two Falcons.
yeah, no, that's I mean I have two Falcons currently, so I do not want a third. Like
Yeah.
if I was to get a new Falcon, it would be the UCS one, and the only way I would get the UCS one is if I was like dead, like ungodly rich. Like
Yeah, I don't honestly. I would need more of a wealth of space for the UCS one
well,
because
I mean, if I had a wealth of wealth, I would probably also have a wealth of space.
yeah.
If I had $800 to blow on UCS Money and Falcon, I would first have bought a bigger house.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest, if it was between for me the UCS Star Destroyer and the Falcon, I would probably get the Star Destroyer.
I could see that. It's Falcon is more valuable to me in my eyes because I am a big Han Solo fan, and
Mhm.
I like the Falcon is like it's generic to say, but the Falcon is probably my favorite ship in Star Wars just because it's
Okay.
fun.
If
And the Star
I,
Destroyer looks cool, but isn't that one like a really bad value?
it's not a great value, but it's like really, really big. And just for the things that I'm into in Star Wars, I like the soldiers of Star Wars, and that would be a really cool centerpiece, I think. Um,
Um,
I just think it would be cool to have like on a mantelpiece if I ever had a house, like, or when I have a house at some point in my future, that would be like a cool set to have, just like
yeah.
out. Uh,
Speaking of the UCS Falcon, I do find it really funny that the Coliseum has like 1,000 more pieces and it's $250 less dollars.
so that's not only the Disney tax, the parts in so I don't know if we've talked about this before, but Lego set parts like when they do price per part, a set is going to be cheaper even if it has more parts if most of those parts are the same.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
the part library in the UCS Falcon is far bigger than the part library in the Coliseum.
Well,
Like,
if you look at the Coliseum, like it does, like they're advertising it as biggest set of all time, and by piece count, that's true. But it is so many tiny parts.
yeah,
Like
it's
I always hate the argument when people be like, "Oh, it's the Star Destroyer has big parts, so it's worth the price." Like I really don't like that argument, but like the Coliseum is all small parts.
yeah.
Like
And something I have to say is I think build experience matters a lot in big sets like that. And when I built the UCS Hogwarts Castle, that was an insanely tedious build, and it was a challenge, which is cool, but I didn't find it as enjoyable as I found a set like the Razor Crest or I don't know, I'm looking around. I mean, the 2016 or 2017 Bounty or the Moss Eisley, like those are all really fun sets to build.
yeah.
Because they have a lot of different building techniques in them. You do different things. So, like the Colosseum, I just can't imagine that build being very fun.
Ninjago City is such a fun build.
Yeah,
Like thinking
yeah,
back to that, like which is incredible because I mean, I'm sitting with my modulars behind me. Those can those tend to be really tedious builds because it is a lot of like symmetry.
yeah,
They use like creative techniques, but then they have you do that technique like 17 times.
Hmm.
But the city, like every single part of it, looks so unique and it's built so unique and it turns into like such a beautiful set. Like it's genuine, like
yeah.
peak Lego right there.
Well, I mean, I don't know if we ever talked about this, but on Brickset they did set of the
Millennium,
Millennium so far, and Ninjago City got it, which
yeah,
it
which
completely
is
deserves. But
yeah.
I mean, people who aren't even like it would require adults who are not into Ninjago to vote for it.
Well,
So
that's the thing is that's what makes Ninjago so excellent is it does sort of transcend like there's Ninjago fans, but there's people who could not care less about Ninjago who still buy sets on occasion,
yeah.
and Ninjago City was like the perfect example of that because
Well, another
for
one, the Temple of Jitsu is very similar to what the Chinese New Year sets are now.
yeah,
They're just pretty buildings.
yeah. So for Ninjago fans, we're like, okay, that's awesome. That's something from the show, like Ninjago City. I'm like, that's something I've always wanted. But
Mhm.
if you're not a Ninjago fan, you're like, this is like a modular building, but twice the size. Like
Yeah,
it's just really excellent. It's like modular buildings to a whole new scale, and it's wonderful.
it's very cool. But yeah. Coliseum, I don't have much more to say on that besides not a fan of
Yeah,
the topic matter. So
yeah, I like it. I like
yeah,
it for what it is, but it's not for me.
yeah.
$550 for those, I think, a fair price.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that's a good price for it. Along with the Coliseum, if you do want it, it is $550, and if you buy it on release, which is Black Friday, I don't know the exact date, but
November 27th, I believe.
November 27th, you will get a chariot that comes with Cole's torso from Master of the Mountain.
That's really, really funny to me.
I don't
I
think
wonder
that's
if it
true.
comes with the legs too.
It doesn't. It doesn't. I looked.
Are you
Oh wait,
sure?
maybe it
Because
does. Maybe it does.
we can't see the legs in the photo. We can only see the torso.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, I don't know.
it's a weird promotion, man.
I don't think it looks good, honestly. I don't like
Yeah, it feels like kind of like classic Lego.
it feels like the builds that they suggest you build in the buckets.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Like I don't know why they did the brick built horses. That's just weird to me. Like,
Yeah, and I feel like it would have been cool to have like a Roman figure and not just a weird mishmash of parts.
yeah, it does. This does sort of feel slapped together. The
Mhm.
cart, I guess, is kind of cool, but
I don't know.
Cole's torso is just so weird.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it. Some other gift with purchases though coming up for Black Friday. They'll be available the weekend after this airs, so the weekend following November 20th. Um, just revealed is a big buildable cyan brick, I think it is, or teal.
Yeah. Uh,
That's not interesting to me.
I think
But
it's cool. I always liked the big buildable bricks in the Ant-Man set, so
yeah,
I
no,
think
that's
that's cool.
true actually. That would honestly, if you got that, it would probably look pretty good with Ant-Man on it.
Yeah, no, I actually like that build quite a
Um,
bit.
and then the one I'm very excited for, I will be buying some stuff to get this one. I think it's $150. The Christmas Carol, a Christmas Carol buildable like book with scene on top. I love this. Let me find a picture of it so I can put it up on screen. Um, where is it?
How much is it to get the brick? How much do you have to spend?
I think 200.
Oh, 200 for the brick? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wacky. Oh, ew.
I'm not positive on that though. I could be wrong.
That's so much money.
Um, this
Well,
is
I guess I got to go buy Mos Eisley to get
this
both
is
of them.
try to find, but it is essentially just a brick built book with a little scene on top with exclusive minifigures, and I genuinely love this. I think it's phenomenal. I've never wanted a promotion so much, so very excited about that one. What do you think of it?
I
Uh,
think it's pretty cool. I don't care about it nearly as much as you do. Like, I'm
yeah,
not going to go out of my way to get it, but if
I
it was in the bag when I purchased something else, I'd be like, cool,
yeah, I mean
thanks.
my birthday's coming up, so I'm probably gonna order Destiny's Bounty and like $20 worth of other stuff to get it.
That sounds like a good plan. Hmm.
Because it's 150, so I'll get that too. But
Yeah.
very excited for that one.
Just get another Mos Eisley and give it to me.
Sure, sure, yeah,
Thanks. Thanks.
you're welcome. Um,
What else? Was that all in terms of news
I
this
think that
week?
was all in terms of news. Do you want to go into some questions?
Yeah, so these are questions left by you, the viewer. I made a community tab post saying, hey, what do you want us to talk about on the podcast? And then Matthew went through and said, here's the questions that are good. So, and I haven't heard these yet, so.
So we got time, so let's go through a good bit of these. From the Mad Mole, who would win, Clutch Powers with a whip or Captain Soto with a pirate saber?
A pirate. Oh, like a sword?
A pirate sword, yeah.
Yeah. Um. Well, what clutch power? We're talking Ninjago clutch powers or uh, clutch powers.
So I have not watched the episode with Clutch Power, like the episodes with Clutch Powers in the TV show. Let's go with movie Clutch Powers.
Okay. Oh my god. I watched the Clutch Powers movie for the first time last year. Like I
Yeah,
never saw it as a kid. And
I have not watched it since I was probably 7.
it's bizarre. It's a strange movie.
Yeah, I don't remember it that well, but I feel like Captain Soto would probably win, especially if he has a sword to a whip.
I don't know. Like I'm trying to like Captain Soda's character has always been kind of pathetic. Like he's
That's
really
true.
funny, but he's never really done all too much. I think he could beat Ninjago Clutch Powers because Ninjago Clutch Powers is also pathetic, and
Yeah,
a sword beats a whip.
yeah,
However, Clutch Powers was kind of meant to be like a cool guy who beats all the baddies. So
yeah. Then no, yeah, I'll probably agree with you. If we're going Clutch Powers movie Clutch Powers, then he probably win. However, I don't know from this question if it's with a whip. He has a whip in the TV show because I don't know actually if he uses a whip in the TV show, but I know he has the whip in
in this set,
the set, so maybe they wanted us to go with that. So then probably Captain Soto just.
Yeah.
Although, could you see Captain Soto like defeating somebody?
I mean, not like impaling him, but I could see him like knocking him to the floor and standing above him, and he's like, "Ah, I'm Clutch Powers. I surrender. That's me, Clutch Powers. Who said that?"
I don't know. No, okay, definitely movie Clutch Powers would win, but if it was
I
TV,
no TV show. You haven't seen TV show Clutch
no.
Powers. He does nothing. He is worthless.
Okay,
He's
so
really funny. I like TV show Clutch Powers, but he could not win any fight.
then it's like 1-1. They both win one, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, I'm just gonna go in order with some of these. From Henfreak Child, which is Henry, right?
Yes, it's
Yeah.
Henry.
What's your favorite Ninjago minifigures besides the main suits? Um,
Oh, besides the main suits.
I need to think about this for a second.
Yeah.
Um, I definitely, probably Flintlock. I love Flintlock.
Flintlock is quite cool. That's a good one.
I love his design. I like characters that look like that. I don't know why. I just like him. I also like his character a lot. I also love Ronin.
Uh, Ronin is really cool. Original Ronin. The Day of the Departed Ronin's a bit weaker, but
I don't love the
original.
Day of the Departed one, but especially like the whole mystique around him. I like the art for the game. I never played the game, but I thought that looked so cool.
Yeah.
Um,
Um,
so
Fire
Ronin.
Whipper is the best minifigure.
Okay.
No, but
Actually,
in
which one, like, do you think like what do you think actually looks like good, not Mimi?
uh, this is a weird pick, but Legacy Garmadon is like one of the best Ninjago
Okay.
minifigures.
No,
'Cause
I have had that on my desk for a few weeks, and is this it, right?
yeah,
Yeah, I love this figure.
yeah, because it's like it takes original Garmadon and just like improves on it. Like it's not like the Legacy figures where it's just like, okay, here's the things it does better and here's the things it does worse, or
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's a better suit, but it's got the new design and it's not true to the original. Like that is just straight up like TV show Garmadon, but they just improved the printing on him. Because
Yeah, it's great.
I don't know when the last time you looked at like an original Garmadon figure was, but he had that like weird metallic face, which like
I have not looked at it in a long time, so
it's not very good. So they just went
yeah,
back to matte printing for his face there, and it's much better. And then the purple on his belt's just a lot more vibrant.
yeah.
Actually, but I have an actual answer for my favorite non like ninja suit Ninjago minifigure is Tournament of Elements Pythor. That figure is amazing.
Yeah, I agree.
Uh, I like a lot of the snakes.
Yeah.
Clancy is an excellent figure too. I really like the colors on him.
Yeah, I mean, Skybound is my favorite wave of villains, design-wise and character-wise, so
Nautocon's a great figure too.
it really is. But yeah, that's our answer.
All three of the Harumis are great too. Like
I thought of those, but then I'm like, I like them, but they're also not my favorite.
they're some of my like all well, not Avatar. Avatar's good, but it's not up there. But Princess, Evil, and Oni Mask are all excellent.
Yeah,
But
I
like it's not even fair to count Oni Mask because
I don't
like
have the Oni Mask one.
yeah.
Next question also from Henry. This is not a Lego question, but I want to answer it so people still ask us these. What's your music taste like? I thought that was funny because you don't have one.
Here's so
Parodies.
no, I'm not. Maybe in 2012 that was my
Yeah.
answer. In 2012, you asked me, "What's your music?" Oh, I like Weird Al Yankovic, which I do find his stuff entertaining. But like,
I've not listened to Weird Al since I was like a freshman in high school.
to be fair, he has not released an album since you were a freshman in high school.
Yeah, no, I listened to whatever that one was, and that was it.
But I like I'll enjoy pretty much anything. I have some limits.
Yeah.
I've heard 100 Gex. It's not my thing.
You don't like 100 Gex?
It's
Man,
not
that's
my
the only
thing.
band I listen to.
Hand Crushed by a Mallet. I really don't get it.
What?
That's one of their song titles. Is Hand Crushed by a Mallet.
I don't know anything about them besides little cigarette arms and
But like I don't like country either. But like other than that, most music can be put on. I could vibe to it. But it's just
Yeah.
like I don't listen to music in my free time. I'll play a video or put on a podcast if I want to listen to something. So
yeah.
I can't really say like I have a taste of music. So
I
it's
I
just
do have
I
taste.
vibe to whatever.
I do have a taste in music. I always have music playing. If I'm not doing something, like if I'm driving somewhere, if I'm doing something, if I'm not doing anything, I am always playing music. When I'm in class, I have headphones in. Um, Only on online school though. But I mostly listen to folk rock, punk rock, and like
And
I don't
100
know
gex.
what.
And
Yeah,
100
no,
gex.
I don't actually listen to 100 Gex. And like alternative rock and indie, like so I have a pretty broad taste, but I also would not say I listen to everything. Like I don't like rap music usually. I don't like country. But I mean there are songs from every genre that I like,
Yeah.
but I like
I,
I
I think the only genre like I vehemently don't like is country. There's maybe a few that I can stand, but a lot of it just it drives me crazy. Like that's the one if it's playing, I'll be like, okay, turn that off.
I
But
don't like country. Honestly, if there's one genre I don't stand, it's reggaeton. That's like what Despacito is.
oh, I loved it. Despacito is unironically a bop. I love
Really?
Despacito. Yes.
I do not like that genre.
I can just vibe out to Despacito. That's like I know it's a meme and everything, but it's
Wow.
it's the most viewed video on YouTube for a reason. That's all I'm saying. Like,
I am not a fan of that genre. I find it really repetitive. But I mean, you could say that about any genre, so I just
yeah.
think I don't like that genre. But yeah, that's our music tastes.
Hmm.
Yeah, so let's see. Next question. In the screenshot, there's a lot that's like screenshotted, so give me a second.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Um, okay, yeah, this one I wanted to talk about because I thought this could be interesting. Thoughts on Rick and Morty and any other from Flix Guy. Thoughts on Rick and Morty and any other adult animated shows. Also, yeah, that's it. So,
Okay, so I want to clarify because I know a lot of the viewers who watch this are young. We are talking about adult animated cartoons, so uh, be warned. Like, we're not recommending these for young children to watch. Like,
I'm
I
not recommending some of these for anybody to watch.
yeah, but I don't think I watched any of these till I was like 13 or older. So
Yeah.
be
Uh,
good.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Yes, we're not gonna
Um,
like talk about anything in a pro, but I'm just letting you guys know like the shows themselves are not kid friendly
so
necessarily.
in general, I do not like adult animated TV. However, one of my favorite shows of all time is BoJack Horseman,
Yeah.
and that is adult animation.
Yes,
So
BoJack Horseman is incredible. It is the one, probably my favorite show of all time. It is so good.
it's in my top five. It's not my favorite of all time, but
It's just it's funny and it's dark and it's like it tells such a great story and it's really good in terms of like I don't know talking about topics that a lot of media doesn't
yeah,
cover. Um, and
I
it's just really well done. For anyone who is old enough to watch it and is interested, the first like four episodes aren't great, especially the first one. The first one's
yeah.
especially bad, but
It's okay. I started watching it again, and it's not as bad as you always make it out to be. Like,
it it just does it's not what the show is. It just
yeah,
feel like it's not a terrible episode. It just feels like a generic episode of The Simpsons or Family Guy or
yeah,
something. It doesn't feel like what the show turns into.
yeah.
Um,
Um, but they asked about Rick and Morty. I hate that show.
I think you just hate the fandom. Like, 'cause the
I
last
watched.
time,
Okay, I watched seasons. I think one and two right after two had aired, and I mean I was 15 and I liked it, but any clip I've seen of Rick and Morty since then that is not the first few seasons, I do not find funny and just find really cringy, and I cannot stand the fandom. It is probably like my least favorite fandom of anything.
so
So
I'm a very big fan of the first two seasons, and I actually like the third. A lot of people dislike the third, but I actually like it. But the fourth season kind of dropped the ball. The fourth season was kind of terrible. Like I watched every episode of it, and I'm just like, ugh. Like it. The charm is sort of worn off, and it's become like way too self-aware and trying to be like, oh, this is commentary on like pop culture. It's like sort of becoming Family Guy, which spoiler alert, I don't like that either. I
I
cannot. Family
don't
Guy might be my least favorite of the animated show. I have not seen
I
much of it, but I do not like what I've seen.
I don't like how adult cartoons tend to just be like, hey, we're gonna be really vulgar because you can't do that on little kid ones.
Yeah, it's vulgar and then it's just popular thing bad. Like
Yeah,
that's what I feel like it's all
I
about.
I
And
don't like Family Guy. I don't like South Park. I think Simpsons is
well, you
okay.
don't like I like South Park. South
I don't like
Park's
South Park. I
really.
I thought it was kind of funny when I was in high school, but I just find it overly vulgar and like it. The comedy just doesn't really land for me.
Yeah, see, I enjoy South Park because of the social commentary aspect of it, and I just like the whole thing of like they make it a week, like they make it within the week that it airs, so
No,
it can have
okay, I
commentary
don't.
and everything.
So South Park, I don't like not have respect for it. It's just not my kind of humor.
Yeah, and it's hit or miss, like a lot of TV shows are. Like there is some episodes which is like this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. However, I think it's a lot more good than bad, and I think the nature of the show itself uh, keeps me interested in it.
My other thing with it is I feel like they I don't like the way that they blur the lines between like or not blur the lines, but kind of cross the line between this is funny commentary and okay, this is just racist or sexist.
Yeah, I don't know. It's it does have this weird effect where a lot of the like the uh, when you watch it, like it's clearly parody to a lot of people, but there's a lot of people who watch it and don't realize it's parody and just watch it because they unironically like the humor in it.
Yeah,
Like you're supposed because the whole thing is it is sort of it's sort of like The Office, I guess, where you're supposed to like sort of cringe at the humor, like you're laughing at the characters, not laughing with them.
yeah,
But there's people who genuinely like, oh, Eric Cartman is like that's me. I love him. He's so funny. Like you're not
yeah,
supposed to. It's like watching The Boys and thinking Homelander's your hero.
yeah.
Like he's not the hero
When
of the story.
When Game of Thrones was big, there were a lot of guys on like Reddit and Instagram and stuff who would say like the character they relate to most in anything is Ramsay Bolton, and he is an atrocious person.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like that, where it's like they people don't always recognize that you shouldn't want to be like this.
Yeah. No, it's you can enjoy villains for being villains, but
Yeah.
that doesn't mean they shouldn't be the relatable characters of the show.
No. Um, but yeah, I'm just not the biggest fan of adult cartoons.
I
But
do like animation because I think it's a medium where you can do a lot more
I
than
okay, yeah, I don't want anyone to think that I don't like animation. I think there are some animated shows that are absolutely fantastic. I just tend to like Avatar: The Last Airbender is one of my favorite shows of all time. Same
yeah.
with Legend of Korra. They're both phenomenal animated shows that honestly, Legend of Korra I think works better as an adult show than it does as a kid show.
Yeah.
I mean they show on screen a woman being suffocated to death.
Yeah.
Um, like they're it's not a light show. Um, but it's animated and it is teen adult animation and it's so good. I think anime I'm not into anime, but I think it's like a good example of adult animation.
Yeah. Well, it's just I mean, I think it's weird like when people define anime like that because it is literally just an art style,
Yeah,
but there's good and bad in everything. I
yeah,
prefer stuff that's more nuanced like BoJack Horseman or like even early Simpsons. Early Simpsons, if you go back and watch it, is generally really funny and they don't like there is some crude humor, but that's not what they rely on.
yeah,
Like it's a lot of more subtle stuff and obviously it's a lot more fun than BoJack is, but
yeah.
that's good adult animation.
I have
But
not
stuff
really
like Seth MacFarlane, anything Seth MacFarlane has done is just like, eh.
Is he the Family Guy
He's
guy?
Family Guy and Cleveland Show, and I don't remember if he's American Dad. He might be.
I, I don't know.
He's also Ted, and he is Sausage Party, I believe.
Uh, like the lowest common denominator of humor.
Yeah, it's just like that's not my thing.
So yeah, that was that. Um, dun dun dun. Okay, here's one that I thought would be fun to talk about because we were talking about it last night. What did from Bombay? What first got you into Pokemon, and what other things do you do? Which I
What are
assume means like what else are you into besides Lego?
nothing at all. No, I played Pokemon Diamond as a kid. My neighbors had it, and we used to sit in their garage and play Pokemon Diamond. And then whenever we wanted to use online functionality, it was
Yeah,
back in the day when Wi-Fi was like not a commonplace thing.
Yeah.
Like everybody had it, but it was not very good.
Yeah.
So we would hold our DSs up to their door to try to like connect to the Wi-Fi in the house.
Oh, that's
And
so.
that's what we had to do. But
Um,
yeah,
that's
I was a fan of it back then, and then when I got older, I got more into the competitive scene because it's all very mathematical, and I've always been like very math inclined. So,
yeah.
and I like video games, but I do not have reaction time, so I can't play like Fortnite or Call of Duty or any of that stuff to like any level of skill. Like I can play a little bit for fun, but that's not like I need a turn based game like Pokemon where it's about like, okay, here are my stats that I made and I'm gonna out strategize you instead of like I click the button fast.
Yeah, so for me with Pokemon, and then I'll go to the second part of the question, but for Pokemon, I got into Pokemon when I was in kindergarten when I was 4. Um, Other kids had Pokemon cards, and I wanted Pokemon cards too.
That's
Um,
actually no, you're right. That's how I originally got into it was cards, and then
yeah.
I got the game.
So I had a whole bunch of Pokemon cards, and I watched the cartoon, the anime. It's an anime, right?
Yeah, depends on who you ask.
Oh,
Yes, it's made in Japan, so technically yes, but the otakus might tell you no, it's not a real anime. You can't call yourself an anime fan if you watch Pokemon.
okay. Um, but I watched the show when I was a kid. I knew most of the Pokemon names. And then I kind of got out of it after first grade. And got back into it in eighth grade when I got a DS and had some friends who were really into Pokemon. And I started watching Let's Plays of X and Y. So I had X. And then I kind of got out of it again until I got to like whenever Sun and Moon came out, I got back into it. And I've never been like a hardcore Pokemon fan, but I've played most of the games at this point. I've never finished a Pokemon game. I'm trying to finish um, Sword and Shield,
Yeah.
uh, Sword, but I'm gonna finish this one. I will finish this one.
I'm very hardcore in my playthroughs. I have beat Sword and Shield like 3 times, I believe, and one time it was one time I played it in Italian. Um,
Oh yeah, you told me about that.
I for this I'm going to talk about this, and only like the people who actually play Pokemon understand what I'm talking about. But there was a raid event back in I think like February where it was just all Dittos that were guaranteed to have at least 5 perfect IVs, which means you had a 1 in 31 chance of a Ditto with perfect stats, and then obviously you have a Ditto that's not English. It has a higher shiny chance when breeding. So I said, okay, I'm going to play through the game in Italian and just do a bunch of raids for Dittos until I get a perfect stat foreign Ditto, and I got actually 2, so it was worth it.
Yeah, I do not play competitive. I don't know very much about the the game, and all I know is that I have Haha Funny on my team. Um,
That
that's
is
my favorite Pokemon, and
that's your
that's
Gyarados.
yeah, that's not actually my favorite Pokemon, but
Which one's your favorite? Oh, Sandshrew your favorite.
yeah, Sandshrews my favorite. However, one of the ones on my team has really grown on me.
What one?
Um,
So those are just the ghosts in Matthew's room.
yeah, I moved home and there's lots of ghosts here.
That's actually what him. He was just
Yeah,
closing the door for us.
yeah. Um, I think Axew is the one I really like.
Yeah, actually, it's very funny.
I like Axew, and I also like Funny Monkey.
Funny monkey.
Uh,
Did you fully evolve him yet?
no, my Switch started to die when we got off yesterday.
Oh, okay.
So I started reading and going into other things I like. Are you into anything else besides Lego and Pokemon? Like honestly?
I'm into my girlfriend. Like,
Yeah.
I enjoy spending time with her. But other than that, like, I'm in college. I don't have that much time. I play Pokemon. I build Lego.
You walk.
I I walk. I do walk a lot, and that's to play Pokemon Go
Yeah.
usually. But Pokemon Go is a good motivator to keep me active and keep me fit and strong. So
Yeah. Um, for me, Lego is my biggest thing that I'm into, but I also collect action figures. Action figures more on and off than Lego. Lego's very, very consistent.
yeah,
Um, I read a lot. I like to read big fat books.
nerd.
Yeah. Um,
Real men like me haven't read a book in 5 years.
yep. And I recently started skating and playing hockey, so I also do that. Um,
Nice.
so those are my other things besides Lego. I think I'm just more well-rounded than Sean.
Yeah, you are.
But which one of us has a girlfriend? So
I literally just don't have time to do anything else. Like I spend like all my
well,
time either
you're
editing or
you're way more focused on school than I am.
yeah, I'm very focused on school because I'm working on getting my degree. I hope to have my bachelor's in like 2 years. So
Yeah, I'll have my bachelor's in a year, and then I'm not gonna go back to school for a long time because I don't like school very much.
we have any more questions?
Yes, one second. Um,
There was one I wanted to talk about because it's been asked a few weeks in a row, and I thought it'd be funny to talk about.
okay. Oh, okay, one more, and I just thought it was funny from Jacko underscore 448. Who would win in a fight, Wetham or Matthew?
uh, I'd like to hear your thoughts on this.
So here's the thing. Matthew knows how to fight, and I don't know if Wetham does, but Wetham has a hat and a shirt. So
But here's
it's
the thing: you guys are the same person, just mirrored. So like any movement, he'll just do the opposite. So you try to punch him, he'll punch you in the opposite direction.
well, I guess it would just require someone else, a third party, defeating one of us while we're not looking.
I
So,
think Wetham would win because he has attributes that you do not have. However, he has every you have no yeah he has everything you have plus a little bit more, while you don't have anything that he doesn't have.
you're right. That's why I need to use my secret weapon.
What's your secret weapon?
It's a secret, dude.
He's got the hat and shirt.
I can't tell because if I told you what my secret weapon is, he would know.
You would know.
If you've watched this far into the podcast, comment down below. Matthew, please tell us what your secret weapon is.
Let us know in the comments who you think would win. What Hammer Matthew?
Yeah. What's your question?
So I forget who asked it because I don't have the suggestion thread up, but one person has asked multiple weeks in a row: is a tomato a fruit or a vegetable?
Oh, I had that right below that.
Oh really? Yeah. I
Yeah.
thought that this is a topic I'm very passionate about. First, I want to hear what your thought is.
Um. So I know that it's technically a fruit, but I always kind of refer to. I feel like it's a vegetable.
No, it is a fruit. Tomato is a fruit. Cucumber is a fruit. Uh,
Banana is a vegetable.
no, banana is a fruit.
I know.
It's a fruit because it contains seeds.
I know.
Also,
I know what it technically is. It's just to me, a fruit should be sweet, and tomato I don't like.
see,
So
I don't get that. Like, okay, the taste might not be typical of fruit, but it's got every other. Not only the seeds, it's big, it's round, it's colorful. Like
want to know what else is big, round, and colorful?
what?
A Furby. I don't know why I said that.
But like, it just looks like
I meant to say Puffle.
a puffle from Club Penguin.
Yeah.
But like, it's just like a big squishy apple that tastes a little sour. Like, what other vegetable is red? None of them. Like,
Pepper. No, pepper's a fruit too.
pepper's a fruit. Yeah, I think cucumber's the more like the one that should be a bigger argument
Yeah.
because it has more vegetable attributes in that it's like it's not sweet and it's green like a vegetable. However, it's a fruit because it contains seeds.
Yeah. I
But
don't
no, I feel like tomato is obviously a fruit, and anyone who disagrees is wrong.
Well, it's science. So like
Yeah, well, the actual truth is that it's like, what's the adjective form of culinary? Culinarily?
huh?
If you took the word culinary and made it an adjective,
I don't know if that's a word.
and it's botanically a fruit, but it is culinarily a vegetable, I
Oh,
believe. Like in the food world, it's considered a vegetable, but in the plant world, it's considered a fruit, and that's the official answer.
I think I've heard that before actually.
However, I do not base things off how it tastes. I base things off science and how
Yeah.
it works in the
Uh,
scientific world.
yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, I mean, I don't think it really matters what you call it.
It matters to me. I don't like how. Oh, this is definitely a fruit, but it tastes a little weird. Though I get like bananas or berries, botanically.
Yeah, so I don't know.
I believe bananas are berries and like strawberries aren't berries.
That's really weird. Strawberries are literally just have the word berry in it.
Yeah,
That wasn't a
one.
good
It
sentence.
might not be. It's one of the blueberries might not be berries.
Blueberries are so weird because their name is just blue, like the color, and berry.
You know what's even weirder?
What?
Orange.
Yeah. Fun fact: the color orange is named after the fruit, and it's not the other way around.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And I've noticed tangerines are more orange than oranges are. Oranges are more yellow. And I'm qualified. I'm from Florida, which is like the state that has oranges.
That reminds me of remember. Have you seen that like Family Feud clip where he's like, "Name a yellow fruit," and she goes, "Orange." Anyway, thank you for watching this Lego podcast. I hope you enjoyed all this Lego talk this week.
Yes, maybe next time we'll have Lego things to talk about.
Hopefully, we'll have a lot of Lego things if you're right about news coming this week.
Hopefully. Oh, do you want to talk about real quick Lego set you got recently?
No, because I'll be doing reviews of them. So.
Oh, okay, okay.
But the unboxing will be going up later this week, probably. So
Wonderful. I can't wait to be featured in it.
You're not featured in it, Matthew.
I'm aware.
Thank you, everybody, for watching this week's episode of the Woo Crew Podcast. If you enjoyed, please press like and subscribe if you're new. We do these every Wednesday, or maybe Monday next week, for Sensei Woo Monday or Wednesday.
Yep. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. No, that's a little while away. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you in the next one. Bye.
I talked to the network.
You talked to the network.
I pitched a new idea actually because I could not convince them to bring back the Grumpy Cat podcast, but now we got the Ruby Doo podcast. We're talking about Ruby Doo, Scooby Doo's daughter sister.
Is that who she is? I don't know who Ruby Doo is canonically. Canonically? Canonically.
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 Canonically. We're gonna be getting a Ruby Doo podcast coming soon. And it will be good. And season 2 of Grumpy Cat podcast starts soon.